Angeles. Tonight's starting lineups are sponsored by MidFirst Bank. MidFirst Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Phoenix Suns. Stop by MidFirst Bank today to get your Phoenix Suns check card. Well, Channing Frye is back, and he was sorely missed. He'll be in the starting lineup. Nash, the second game back from this pelvic injury, still not at full strength. Lopez, his 52nd start of the year. And Grant Hill again with a job to guard Monte Ellis. Alvin Gentry, we need a quick turnaround. They're trying to break a two-game losing streak at home. Suns haven't lost 3 in a row in Phoenix since January of 2009. The Warriors have already won 4 more games than all of last season. Darrell Wright is one of the most improved players. David Lee has 30 double-doubles. Epi Udoh will start in place of Biedrins, who's out with a sprained ankle, gets his 5th start, and we've talked about Ellis and Curry in the backcourt. Keith Smart, first year as Warriors coach, replacing Don Nelson. Just before training camp, he had been a Warriors assistant for 7 seasons. The quote of the game is brought to you by Geico. Marcin Gortat, after losing to the Hornets on Wednesday, had this to say: "We were so close. For the second or third time we started playing in the second half, and in the first half we didn't play smart. We made easy mistakes and we turned the ball over. It's got to change."
Well, Marcin, I think he's going to be a coach when he's done playing, because he has a lot of quotes. And I'm all for players having quotes, but I also believe if you're one of those guys that's getting big minutes, you have to show by your actions on the floor. Let the coach have the quotes in terms of how the team is playing, and you as a player, you go out and get it done and lead by example.
Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. So, Eddie, as we come into this very big game, what are the keys to it?
Well, against the Golden State Warriors, the Suns obviously love to run, but they have to temper it against this team. I mean, the Golden State Warriors, they can flat out push the ball up and down on you, and they will knock it down with regularity from behind the arc. So defensive transition is a must. And then I think crashed offensive glass. The Warriors are not a big team, even though David Lee is a tremendous rebounder. But still, I don't think overall that they're great rebounders, and the Suns should be able to get second and third opportunities, which is something they don't get on most nights.
The officials for tonight: Dan Crawford, Matt Bolden, and Scott Wall. Now, we talked about this earlier, Eddie. Here comes Channing Frye. He was playing the best basketball of his career. Comes back from the dislocated right shoulder. What are you thinking in his position of having that injury and coming back from it?
I think what he's thinking, and there's 2 areas where it can just have some pain. And I know when I came back from mine, when you're trying to drive the ball up to shoot it, and someone comes down on your arm, just like he got his shoulder dislocated in that particular manner, that's going to send some pain into him. And then when you jump for a rebound and you extend your arms up and somebody hits you across, you're going to have some pain. I think he has to get hit a time or two to let himself know psychologically that he's okay, and he doesn't have to worry about it and just play basketball.
And he's coming back as the Suns try to break a 4-game losing streak. Nash is playing hurt. He's still not back at full strength, but he is trying his best somehow to get this team rolling to keep their playoff hopes alive. Frye kicks it around to Nash. That's kicked, and Udoh, who started in place of Biedrins, kicks it out. He's in his 5th start. He's mainly a shot blocker, excellent defender inside.
Yeah, that's what they drafted him for. Unfortunately, he couldn't be used like that this year because they're always down and behind in basketball games.
Up it comes to Vince Carter, back-to-back 21-point games. There's Frye. That would have been nice had it gone. Rebound is cleared by Monte Ellis. Ellis comes in here as the 6th leading scorer in the NBA at a 24.8 clip. Up it comes to Stephen Curry, the second-year man out of Davidson. Backing in now is Udoh. Turnaround jumper not there. David Lee follows and not able to get it. He thought he was fouled. Frye was battling hard on the boards.
And Frye extended those arms, which is a good sign.
And it comes to Robin Lopez, and that's going to be blocked and out of bounds. Lopez thinking he was fouled on the play. Robin needs to get something going. He had 1 point in the last game. Between he and Warwick, they were 0 for 6 and scored only 1 point between them.
But he has to really work in all season on getting that ball above his head and then executing his shot. He brings it down low and he gets it ripped away on a consistent basis.
Carter misses. Here's Nash trying to retrieve it. Goes inside. Tried to feed Lopez. It's got away from him. Back the other way now comes Ellis. David Lee, who has 30 double-doubles, fouled him. No, they're going to call an offensive foul on David Lee.
Yeah, that was easy. He didn't have to do it. But again, it goes back to the fact that guys just don't want to take the little 10-footer. They want to get greedy and get all the way to the rim. He had the 10-footer, but Unfortunately, his skill level is not there yet to pull up and shoot the ball.
With Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender, and we welcome the viewers from NBA TV. Glad to have you with us tonight as Nash goes inside. Nash coming onto the floor again with a pelvic injury. It's been causing him a lot of trouble. He missed 2 games, came back against New Orleans, but still not back at 100%. Outside now comes Curry. Curry has not really played that well against the Suns. They've held him down very well in the previous 3 games. And there's Ellis. And that's the guy you fear, Eddie.
Well, as a scorer, Monte Ellis understands he's been locked up by Grant Hill. So he's on a mission to prove that Grant Hill cannot negate his game.
He was only 4 of 13 in the last game because of the defensive prowess of Grant Hill. Efe Udoh with the rebound. And we got a technical call on Udoh.
No, that's on Steve Nash.
No, it's on Steve Nash. My gosh, it is Nash. Surprising call, the tee on him. He wanted a foul. Let's watch it.
Well, he did get slapped, looked like about the face, and didn't get the call. Normally, when a defender comes down like that and doesn't get any ball, you normally think he got part of the body.
I would think. Shooting the free throws, Curry. He is leading the NBA in free throw shooting at 93%. He at one time had hit 42 in a row from the free throw line. So it's 3-2 Warriors after technical on Steve Nash. Nash is right now playing hurt, and he wants some protection out there.
Look feisty.
Yes, he is. Off to David Lee. Lee coming off of a strong game against Dallas. Misses from outside. He had 22 points. Both teams cold in the early going. Suns 1 of 5. Golden State 1 of 4. Fry inside to Lopez. Can't make the catch. And it's going to be off of Lopez. Lopez has really been struggling as of late.
Well, his confidence is not there to execute a shot. And fortunately for him, he made a mistake on top of that by not getting back defensively. But, his confidence is not there to execute a shot. So what he tried to do was catch the ball before he could even do anything to it. But again, thinking about that almost culminated into a double whammy.
Boy, I tell you, Udoh did everything but funnel that ball in. Here's Curry from the corner. These guys, Curry, along with Ellis, averaging over 43 points a game, the highest scoring backcourt in the NBA. 4th overall into Grant Hill. Kick it into the corner. Carter from the corner, 3-ball. Rebound by Lopez. Good job by Robin. Kicks it out now to Nash. Nash coming in here second in the league in assists, 11.3, had 10 in the last game despite playing hurt. Channing Frye will follow inside, not able to get it. Frye has a brace on his shoulder. He has it wrapped around his stomach, so his arm won't get too extended above his head.
Yeah, but again, that's the tightness there. So he's got to get used to really the tightness around his shoulder when he shoots the basketball.
Lee brings it out to Curry. Curry picked up by Nash. Nash playing some good defense against Stephon Curry, and he got it anyway.
That's a circus shot right there. That's the kind of shot you work on when you're by yourself in the gym, so no coach can just get on you because you're trying shots like that.
A 7-0 run now by Golden State. Here is Fry again, not there. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's going to take him a while, Eddie, to get back in the groove that he had before he got hurt.
Well, or what I always talk about, Gary, get to the free throw line or get a layup, because when you're trying to get yourself in rhythm with one of the longest shots in the game, it's very difficult. There's Curry. I mean, look, take your body, but he has tremendous balance. And so he took the hit, and although he looked off balance, he was not. He was able to see the rim and basket.
They called the foul on Udoh, an illegal screen. Here is Nash, brings it out to Fry, swing around, Carter dumps it in. Lopez blocked by Udoh. Believe it or not, he got there in time. Fry going up. He's going to go to the free throw line. Fry saying, what do I have to do to get a shot to go? He's 0 for 3, but he is playing hard.
Again, Robin Lopez, he does everything right. But you notice when he caught the ball, what did he do? He brought the ball down and then he brought it back up. Well, that gives a defender that added whatever of a second to get there to bother you. That's why you have to catch it and leave it there and go up and extend and finish. And that's why he gets in trouble when he catches the ball even around the bucket.
Let's go to the third member of our team. Here's Mark McClune. Mark?
Yeah, that's right. Channing Frye spent the morning in the shoot-around working with that brace, trying to get full range of motion. He says the biggest concern for him is just how hot he gets wearing that brace. Alvin Gentry said it was Channing's decision to play. Playing time depends on how it holds up with the banging. Now, the brace wasn't the most notable thing, though, that Channing was wearing today. He showed up in a Memphis shirt and some Arizona basketball shorts, just as a tribute to his friend Josh Pastner, the former Arizona coach who was a coach of Memphis today.
That's
and the
right.
Tigers went down to the Wildcats.
And I tell you, what a finish to that game with Arizona beating Memphis. It was a scary finish for Sean Miller and the Wildcats. 7-4, Golden State. Lou Amundson getting ready to check in. You can probably hear the crowd in the background. Sweet Lou, as they now have a 3D call against Golden State. And here comes Lou Amundson, who will play for the first time this year against the Suns.
Yeah.
He missed the previous 3 games, either inactive or hurt.
I'm happy for Lou because, you know, he's come back here a few times and has not been able to get off the bench. And, you know, this guy, as we see, is very much loved here, but a tremendous teammate, a guy that played a tremendous role for this basketball team last year. And it's just good to see him on the court. But other than that, don't do anything, Lou.
Well, now, Lou's hairstyle, we're going to talk about that later. We have a little text poll question that will include that, so hang on. We'll bring it up a little bit later in the broadcast. Suns are now 1 of 10 shooting the ball. Ellis from outside. Carter with a rebound. Carter is 0 for 3 shooting. He goes down the middle, and he's going to try to finish. Can't. Ball deflected. Picked up by Lopez. Lost it. Still trying to get it. Finally digs it out and gets it up and in.
Finally grabbed it and finished around and strong. Focused in that time.
It was not pretty, but it worked. So he has his first 2 points of the game, and there's Grant Hill getting knocked down. David Lee's picked up his second foul. He had the offensive foul earlier and now runs over Grant Hill. Let's go back to the effort by Robin Lopez.
Well, again, just wanting the basketball, understanding he's gotten off to a very poor start early on, knows his minutes are limited with Gortat over there ready to check in. Gets it up and in and buys himself a few more minutes.
So after a 7-0 run, the Suns have come back to tie it. Here's Lopez again. Something like that can really get you going.
Yeah, and that's all he needs. I mean, he's shown us all year that in his right position, he can score the basketball. It's all about confidence for Robin Lopez.
So after a 7-0 run by Golden State, the Suns have matched it with their own 7-0 run. Robin Lopez with 4 points.
Well, and we're going to need more from the center position. That's the Suns' advantage, and Robin knocks it down.
It's been through the years here in Phoenix, and it's good to see him back in the lineup.
It really is, and the fans are going to enjoy him tonight, no doubt about it. Obviously wanting their team to win, but hoping Lou Amundson has a tremendous game.
Suns are shooting very poorly. 3 of 13, that's 23%. 38% by Golden State, previous to that shot by Darrell Wright. Nash ahead to Carter, leaking out quickly. Baseline gets it out, Frye sets, pumps, got it. That may get him going as he just nailed the 3.
Yeah, it does. I think the opportunity to get to the line got his confidence up. And again, as he continues to move along in this game, knowing that that shoulder's going to be okay, he's going to loosen up big time.
I like the way he set himself. You know, there's been times in the past where he hurries his shot, did not there. Darrell right off to David Lee, who stays in the ballgame, by the way, with 2 fouls. And Curry, easy, put back inside.
You know, people just make a mistake and think that he's a small guy, but he has really been on the weights. He has long arms, and he's able to get in there and get offensive rebounds consistently.
Grant Hill picked up by Curry. Hill backing in, dumps it out to Nash. Nash has not been shooting much lately because of the injury, but he shoots it here. And that's a 3 ball from outside. Nash now with 6 points in the game.
He's got to take that shot. They're going to leave him wide open like that.
But he has really dropped off as far as trying to shoot the ball. Part of it says I can't push off very well. That pelvic inflation that he has inside. Here's Lee missing. Off it comes now to Carter. 3 by Carter. No. Lee comes down to the rebound. Monte Ellis this year has had 4 40-point games. A high of 46. Neither team is shooting well. Amundson not able to get it. 2 high-scoring teams are right now. They're not in a groove offensively.
Luke get an opportunity to shoot jump shots. That was something he could not do here last year.
And Robin Lopez is the leading scorer for the Suns now, along with Nash, each with 6 points.
Well, it's all about the combination of inside and outside. And I think the Suns have to focus on going in first before they take the 3-point shots against the smallest team.
Suns have bumped it up to a 17-9 lead. Darrell Wright, who is second in the NBA in threes made, misses outside. He had a high this year of 9 threes in a game, a franchise record. Double team on Carter. Out to Fry again. There's the three. Rebound, Grant Hill. Hill, the putback. Grant Hill seemingly always in the right place at the right time.
Well, again, what was the key? Get to the offensive glass. Suns getting second and third opportunities, and I think that allows them to have this 10-point lead early on.
Keith Smart says, I've seen enough. He calls timeout. 4:22 to go in this first quarter. A 20-second timeout. Even though the Suns are not shooting well, Eddie, they've taken 19 shots as opposed to Golden State's 14.
Well, getting to loose balls, getting offensive rebounds. And that's the key against Golden State, because it's going to be a helter-skelter game. It's going to be a game of runs. A 10-point lead is not safe. You can lose a 10-point lead with these two teams within 30 seconds. And so it's important that the Suns continue to win the battle of the loose ball and get on the glass.
Suns with this 4-game losing streak, the longest right now in the NBA. Let's go back to Mark McLuhan. Mark?
Yeah, Marcin Gortat just about to check in, and about 400 fans here tonight with Polish roots. Gortat, part of a cultural night, and they're all sitting behind the basket next to the Suns bench. They should be going crazy. Gortat says about 150,000 folks that were actually from Poland live here in the Phoenix area, and you can see him. You can probably hear him in just a minute making a lot of noise, guys. Kind of like soccer fans.
150,000. Wow, that's interesting. Golden State scored only 2 points in the last 4 minutes. Forget that. David Lee just hammered that one in.
Gortat can probably get a free meal every night for a whole year. Why go to a restaurant? Just call your Polish friends up.
That's
and
right.
Invite yourself over.
That's the way Eddie thinks, so I'm not surprised you said that.
Look how much money you can save.
Well, you're always trying to think about those kind of things. Here's Carter outside now. He's going to try a three. Carter not shooting well here in the early going. Wright brings it down. Carter is 0 for 6 from the field. Boy, he just has those moments that he has great games, and then all of a sudden he becomes a non-factor.
Yeah, well, I think once you see the three-pointer not going down, use that athletic ability and get inside and get to the rim.
And it comes to Lee. Lee is one of those guys who works so hard. He's a left-hander, but goes up with a right-hand shot that time. So after the timeout, they have gone on a 4-0 run.
Keith Smart's giving Lee a green light offensively. He's always looking at the rim.
Here's Gortat with a left hand, not able to finish. Gortat has been playing remarkably well since coming over that trade from Orlando. Inside goes Wright. He was kind of hung up, wasn't really squared up to the basket. Amundsen with a rebound. Wright has it batted away. Wright coming over as a free agent for the Miami Heat. He's one of the most improved players in the league this year. He has doubled his scoring average. There's a steal by Gortat. Watch this. The Polish fans will love it.
Steve Nash did a good block. You know, it wasn't illegal because he was running on the break. He didn't stop. He just kept running forward. That allowed the defender to not bother Gortat. I don't think it would have mattered.
It was an escort by Steve Nash down the floor. Suns up 21-13. Ellis dumps it into Lee. Lee, who played at the University of Florida, has a block by Gortat. Gortat, if you look at him, he has averaged 12.2 points a game and 10.8 rebounds in the last 5 games. He has been a remarkable addition to the Suns. Let's go to the Gortat breakaway.
Run, big fella, run. Look at Steve Nash in the way. Darrell Wright, you didn't want any of that. You ought to be glad Steve Nash blocked. The Suns just rolled right over Golden State. I thought came in a tired team, was not focused.
He has 6 dunks, and his goal is 10.
He's
Think
gonna
he'll get it?
Oh, well, I think he's been lunching. You know, if you can get that many dunks after the All-Star break, something's wrong.
Boy, that was a tough shot by Curry, kind of fading to his left, missed outside. Curry now in the ball game, 3 of 4, his first miss. 21-13 Suns. Nash going in. Nash looks a little bit quicker tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And I think he also senses that the Warriors are going to give him free opportunities, and he has to be offensively aggressive.
Wow. Curry came back and just nailed the shot. This guy is a pure shooter. 23-16. And it comes to Gortat. Gortat spins it out to Fry in the corner. Jared Dudley. Dudley coming off of a 25-point game in New Orleans, spins. He's playing his best basketball this season. I mean, you look at this. He's averaged 13.5 points the last 4 games. into right, and Channing Frye picks up the foul.
Well, I think with Dudley, he's learned to balance his game. You know, he's not all about a three-point shot. You know, he'll give you the head fake. There you go. Run past me, young man. And not only that, I won't take the 12-footer. I'll get all the way to the bucket because I got a little mouse in there waiting on me. But that's the way Dudley plays now, and that's why his points has been consistent.
Suns have 14 points in the paint to 6 for Golden State. Lee from outside, and he knew that was going down. He started running the other way. Lee in the early going now with 6 points.
Lee playing like somebody I don't know. He's put up with about 9 shots already.
He's had a pretty good year if you look at him. He's averaged almost 16 points a game. Frye misses again. Added over Darrell Wright. Frye now coming back after missing 5 games is 1 of 6. And that one was a 3. Ellis picked up by Grant Hill. In it goes to Lou Amundsen. And the crowd with the Lou chant in the background.
Well, he'll finish around the bucket, no doubt about it. And he knows Channing Frye better than anybody. So Channing's going to have a difficult time getting that 3 off. He's going to give Lou some head fake.
Gortat to the hole. And that's what he's been doing so effectively. Using either hand, slicing inside. And Gortat makes it a 7-point lead with 54 seconds left.
He plays like a power forward in a center spot. And that's why he's so difficult to deal with. 18 points to paint for the Suns. Amundsen inside, and he lost it. It's been a lost season for Amundsen. You think about it. He had a broken index finger, missed 20 games, missed 7 games with a back spasm. He's always had bad hands. That hasn't changed. Welcome home, Lou.
A familiar sight, huh? Here's Nash coming back the other way into the corner to Grant Hill. That's broken up out of bounds. It'll be off of right. Suns will have it with 12 to shoot. The Suns desperately trying to break this 4-game losing streak. Last one they had was December 20th through the 29th. They still have faint playoff hopes. Here's Frye. That'll be a 2. Rebound is cleared by Ellis.
If they're going to make the playoffs, they got to win every game at home. I truly believe it. I mean, what they have 8 games at home.
They have 9 left, counting tonight.
You got to win them. You got to win them all. That's the only way. You got to put some pressure on Memphis ahead of you right now. Make them understand that you're not going to back away. They're going to have to win basketball games.
Suns at 41% right now. You look at the Suns, they have 5 of the last 6 years had 30 wins at home. The best they could get this year if they win their last 9 is 27. Here's the long heave by Ellis. Whoa, I thought that was going in.
It looked good. We had a bad angle, but it looked good.
So we have played 12 minutes. The Suns up by 7. And the Suns shooting under 40%, as is Golden State.
Marcin Gortat, he's come off the bench again, giving effort.
It's your choice to 88222 and stay tuned for the results throughout the game. Normal messaging rate supply. Well, Eddie, I don't want you skewing the poll, so just leave it alone.
I'm not. Well, they reached way back with Connie Hawkins' hairdo. I mean, they just couldn't find anybody else. I think Connie just had a bad. Connie had a bad hair day that day.
Curry brings it outside. Well, we just wanted Connie Hawkins to get a little pop. Here is a drive by Ellis. Ellis having to fight to find an opening. He's 1 of 5 here in the early going. On comes to Petrus, who's come to the game. Michael Petrus will bring it back outside. Aaron Brooks is also checked in. Here's Brooks coming over the trade from the Houston Rockets for Goran Dragic, struggling with his shot. Off it comes now to Gortat. Swing pass. Petrus driving in, gets it to Gortat. Nicely done by Petrus.
Well, Gortat won't get it, but he's definitely got to be considered as most improved. I mean, here's a guy that never really played in Orlando. But since he has come to the Suns, I mean, he has been unreal.
He leads all reserves with 14 double-doubles at the start of the night, and already 6 points in this game as a blocking foul on Gortat. Here is the little setup by Petrus inside.
Well, you remember when Gortat first got here, he didn't understand on the 2-man game or penetration. He always anchored himself underneath the rim. Now he understands. He gives himself space where he can catch and then finish aggressively. And that's why he's been consistent.
Vladimir Rakmanovic is coming to the ball game now, and also checking in is going to be Al Thornton, the former first-round pick of the Clippers. AC Law's in as well. Rakmanovic tries to take it inside, can't. Out it comes to Brooks. I'd love to see Brooks really have some success. He is so fast, and we're going to have a kicking the ball. Almost got that back up the floor. Alvin Gentry up yelling at the officials to call it. Suns fans, you on Twitter, be sure to use the hashtag #GoSuns in your tweets. Just might make it on the air during halftime of tonight's broadcast, courtesy of Right Guard. For news, notes, and special offers, follow us at twitter.com/Phoenix Suns. Aaron Brooks has hit only 3 of his last 16 shots, scored a total of 8 points. He's a guy who's had a tough transition, trying to fit in with the Suns. A guy who you just got to believe it's going to happen sooner or later. Warrick, and Warrick just threw it away. Hakeem Warrick has really been struggling.
Yeah, he has. But, it's hard to score when you're thinking about passing. And Aaron Brooks, that's not in your game. I mean, that's just like kryptonite to you. When you go up, you're thinking about scoring the basketball and then passing the basketball.
This is Reggie Williams who's coming to the ball game. This guy was a find last year coming out of the D-League, and inside getting decked was Brooks. That will be the 7th turnover, the offensive foul, as Hakeem Warrick will inbound. They're going to call the foul on Thornton, who just checked in. Al Thornton out of Florida State, guy who came over on waivers from the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, he just keeps going from coast to coast.
And it comes to Warrick. Warrick, after that 32-point game, a career high, has hit only 7 of his last 26 shots. He needs some success. Dives in, left hand, and he's fouled. Nice effort by Warrick that time.
Well, I think that's the value of Hakeem Warrick. Sometimes I think he loses sight of it. He'll have a good game, and he's knocking down a little 15-footer. And next game, he's really locked in on knocking down some more 15-footers. Well, that's the weakest part of his game. The best part is getting to the rim and soaring over defenders and getting yourself in rhythm.
The bigger the gift, the bigger the thank you. The Southwest gift card available at southwest.com. Warrick able to stick the free throw in. You look at Warrick, he's had some remarkable games this year. He's had 5 20-point games. But the last 2 in those losses, he's averaged only 6 points. And the Suns looking for some consistency. Second free throw finds its way in. 11-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for the Suns. Golden State comes in here 7th in scoring, averaging 103 points a game. AC Law coming off his best game of his career, 15 points in the game against the Dallas Mavericks. Admatovic, that's going to be an offensive foul.
You got some guys for the Warriors trying to go one-on-one, and they're not comfortable doing it. I mean, the best scorer for them on the floor right now is Williams, and he's not getting the looks. And so the Suns need to just continue to concentrate, not allow Williams to get himself going.
Golden State this year's 9-24 on the road. They've lost their last 2. Overall, they've lost 2 of their last 4. Brooks, turnaround shot not there. Now that's not an easy shot, turning
Tough
around
shot.
like that.
I mean, turn around, falling to your left, and having to shoot over a defender.
Reggie Williams, what a story he is out of VMI, as he'll try one from outside and get it. He is the guy who just came out of nowhere last year and is a very good basketball player.
What a tremendous scorer in college. So you knew, given the opportunity, put in the right situation, that the guy can put the ball in the hole.
So Todd brings it out to Dudley. Dudley, who just plays so hard with cunning discipline, if you will. Here is now a shot by Warrick, and an ill-advised shot. He thought he was bumped on the play.
Well, the defender didn't break the plane. He jumped into the area, and the official did not reward him.
Here's Law, who played at Texas A&M, is fouled. AC Law, they talk about him being such a great kid, worked so hard. They're hoping the success he had in the last game can carry over. We've got a timeout, 8:55, as Nash and company trying to break this losing streak. Benches outscored the starters. Shooting much better. Not as well assist-wise, rebound-wise, also winning that.
And I don't think that's a good thing. I think the starters are there for a reason. You're supposed to establish momentum. You're supposed to make it easier for the bench guys coming off. What that tells me is the Suns are fighting back to get in games, and the bench is having to be ultra-aggressive in doing it. I don't think that's a formula Alvin Gentry would like to see every night.
Suns have won 11 straight in Phoenix against Golden State. In the last 2 games, Golden State has averaged only 90 points a game, and here they're sitting with 24, and we have 8:55 to go in this first half. Brooks outside now. Aaron Brooks, a lot of people think he looks like Chris Rock. Do you think so?
No, he does. I don't know if he's as funny as Chris Rock, but you got to prove that.
But I bet Chris Rock can't play basketball like Aaron Brooks. How about that? Is that a trade-off?
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
And now Alvin Gentry up and yelling at the official as he's got a timeout. It'll be a 20-second timeout as we'll come back with 7 seconds on the shot clock. And Petras is down. That's the reason for the timeout. I didn't see him go down. Did you, Eddie? What happened?
I didn't. But it looked like maybe he got whacked across the face. If he goes down, he's hurt. This guy's tough. Yeah, he got a back of the head. Now, Louis Amundsen hit him. Now, here's the key thing. A lot of cushion in Louis Amundsen in the back of his head. You know, he's got that ponytail and all that, so that's like a pillow. I don't know. I thought McHale was tough. I'm a little suspect. I don't know if he could be a boxer. That was just like a pillow hitting him with all that hair Louis Amundsen got back there.
What do they say in boxing? You have a glass chin? Tonight's Phoenix Suns basketball game is presented to you by Casino Arizona. Feel the win. So you're talking about Petras. He is a tough guy. He's very aggressive, and he's shaking it off. But Alvin Gentry saw the problems he was having, called the timeout with 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
You know, for our Suns viewers, you have to get to next game you have to get here early and see Mikael Petras dance with the fans before the game. It's the most hilarious thing you ever want to see, even though he's got rhythm. Don't get me wrong, but he was dancing with a few fans after his warm-up.
I agree, but he does have rhythm, Eddie.
Yeah.
Here is Reggie Williams. Brooks tried to block it, could not. 31-26 now. The Warriors trying to make a comeback. The Suns are the biggest lead of 11 in this game.
And their bench getting it done.
Yes, they are. Law staying with Brooks. Brings it out to Dudley. Back to Aaron Brooks. And Brooks is going to be pushed. That'll be a foul on AC Law.
Law trying to be ultra aggressive with Brooks. And I think, you know, that's the mental game that bigger guards try to play with Aaron Brooks. But he has proven himself over the last few years that does not bother him.
Suns come in at number 11 seed, 2.5 games back of the Memphis Grizzlies, who lost to the Knicks last night. The Knicks shot lights out, 21 threes in the game. Warwick, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get rid of it. And he did, but didn't get a good look.
He had a window early on. He had a reverse pivot move over at Monovich that would have produced a dunk. Didn't take advantage of it.
Law into the corner, the left-hand shot underway by Williams. Warwick, quick release, Dudley. Dudley! Oh, I thought he was going to get his 7th dunk of the year.
That doesn't count. He might try to argue that point on his Twitter. Trust me. No, that was not a dunk.
What is it? You have the knuckles over the rim, right?
Look, that wasn't a dunk. He laid that one in, but he's going to try to dispute it. Won't happen.
I'm surprised he didn't dunk it. Monovich able to connect. 33-28 Suns.
He only has 7 dunks on the year. Why are you surprised?
No, he's got 6.
Well, I'm giving him an extra one. Why are you surprised he didn't dunk it?
Well, I just thought it was a missed opportunity. He doesn't get a lot of them, Eddie. Here's Gortat missing. Your point's well taken, but you got to take every chance you got. Law comes back the other way. This guy was a great player at Texas A&M. He was an all Big 12 pick. He's been traded around so many times. Stripped. Back they come the other way. Dudley to Warwick. Oh, he missed the slam, but he's fouled. Here is the almost Jared Dudley dunk.
Look, I mean, come on, dunk the ball. You had the opportunity. Had a little mouse chasing you. Just couldn't turn it over. Hey, 2 points is 2 points.
That's right.
I don't care how they get there.
But I'm telling you, he will get razzed about that after the game's over.
No doubt.
Ward misses the free throw. Suns tonight from the free throw line now are 5 of 6, their first miss. I tell you though, Jared Dudley, if you don't get to see him play very often, you got to appreciate him. He is a remarkable player. Just has great hustle, plays so smart, and not only the fans love him, but the players love him as well.
People always talk about, well, he's not athletic. Give me a break. That guy can get from point A to D just as quick as the fastest guy in the league because he understands how to get it done, and that's all it takes.
Petras runs over Amundsen, picks up the foul. So with 6:51 to go, Golden State will take it side out. Inbound will come from Thornton. I'm surprised Thornton has been traded around so much.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be a good player.
Well, I think he is a good player. I just think maybe he can't adjust the system, you know, and he's struggling that way because he's a very good offensive player.
May have overpassed it there. Goes out of bounds. It'll be off of Golden State. Golden State now with 10 turnovers. Aaron Brooks. Brooks here in the early going is 0 for 1. Brings it out to Gortat. Petrus, who had a back-to-back 20-point effort, has really dropped off, and I think it goes back as you see Warren slamming home when he got ejected from the game. He's never been as effective since then. He got 2 tees in a hurry in a ball game, and for whatever reason, Eddie, he hasn't been back into that groove.
Yeah, he needs to get there.
Reggie Williams picked up by Dudley. Goes inside, left it short. Gortat comes down to the rebound. Burrell Wright getting ready to come back in for Golden State. Steve Nash was headed to the scorer's table. Into Gortat, tough shot. Rebound by Thornton. Back they come. Look at the speed of AC Law. I mean, they didn't stop the ball. As an end result, now we have a 6-point game.
Well, and what's the other key? Defensive transition. The bench not doing a good job of getting back.
Brooks outside. He'll pull up with a 3. He got it. Boy, he needed that. I mean, the guy has been struggling. Maybe that'll ignite him.
Well, he got it, but that shot had tension all over it, too. He is just not comfortable right now on the basketball court.
I agree. Suns now 3 threes on the night. Brooks with the last, and Brooks, who's been struggling with his shooting, sometimes you just need to get one to go down, and it did.
Polish descent live in Phoenix?
Live in the Arizona area, yes. And we've got a lot of them here today, so we're really psyched. We got a star right here with us.
What was it like when he broke away coming right towards you to dunk the basketball?
Oh my gosh, it was, all of us were just waiting for that explosion, and you could just see everybody just jump up on their feet. It was fantastic.
40 million people in Poland. How many do you think are watching right now?
I think almost all of them are watching, because this is a huge event. We have the ambassador of the country of Poland here. We have the consul general. This is a huge event.
40 million people watching, guys.
And they saw a great effort by Jared Dudley, and they're going to have goaltending on the play. And the Suns, no, they're going to call an offensive foul. Wow, let's look at this again. What? I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a little ticky-tack.
Wow. So an offensive foul, not goaltending, and so as an end result, Golden State will get it back.
It's great for Gortat. It's great for Gortat to be able to just have fans to identify with him, to just make him feel at home.
Yep.
It's great. That guy was wired up. I tell you, he's ready for a TV job.
I tell you, Gortat, the Polish hammer, if you will, has been such a find for the Suns in that trade with Orlando. 12 turnovers now against Golden State after that one. Keith Smart, who's known for that shot in 1987, giving Indiana the NCAA championship and beating Syracuse. As we're in March Madness, got to remind everybody of the success that Keith Smart had, who came out of Garden City Community College to Indiana. Here's Dudley, wide open look. Boy, he had time to hit that one.
Yeah, he did. He had too much time.
Here's Ellis coming back the other way. Suns are 3 of 11 behind the line here in this first half. Burrell Wright, who we mentioned, is second in the league in threes, moves in for a 2. Rebound by Gortat. Gortat continues to pile up the numbers. Back it comes to Grant Hill. Hill has taken only 1 shot in this game. Out it comes to Dudley. Nice pass to Gortat. Good ball movement. Fry, he's inside for a 2. His foot was on the line. Give him the 2, and Fry now with 7 points in the game.
He's just happy to make a bucket.
Here's Hill with a steal. Lee is back. Grant knowing he's not going to challenge him. Up it comes to Dudley. Finishes inside. Great ball movement that time.
Well, and again, Suns winning the hustle game. Any loose ball is finding the white jersey, and the Suns are completing the devastation of the Golden State Warriors on the other end.
Biggest lead now, 13. That ball deflected out by Gortat. It's the bench who's really gotten it done. Here's Dudley leaving now. Carter will come in, and Dudley had 6 points, but it really doesn't show how effective he was in this ball game.
Yeah, and what the Suns have been good forever with Steve Nash, especially on board, is you turn the ball over or you take quick shots and long rebounds, they're going to make you pay on the other end.
There's Ellis. He got away for just an instant that time from Grant Hill.
You don't want him to get away. Please don't allow him to get away.
He is a devastating basketball player. He comes in here averaging 24.8. We mentioned he's had 4 40-point games this year. He can ignite. Here goes Carter in trying to ignite. Can't. Carter here in the early going now is 0 for 7. There's a steal by Vince. And then, oh, he missed that. He He's 0 for 8. All the way out, it comes to Nash. You believe this? And here's Hill. And he can't finish. And finally a foul is called. Is there a lid on that basket?
It's a lid for Vince Carter, no doubt about it. I mean, look.
Oh, my goodness. Let's go back and recapture all this.
Well, again, good hustle here from Vince Carter. You know, let's forget about the fact he missed the dunk. We all know that the guy can jump to the moon. In his heyday, it was over the top of a guy. But that time just didn't get it done. But, again, I like the hustle from the Phoenix Suns. Look, it's all about getting opportunities. And when the Suns get more opportunities on the offensive end of the opposition, they're going to beat you by a ton of points because they're going to shoot a high percentage before it's all said and done.
Well, Coach Alvin Gentry's been jumping around tonight, and he's looking sharp again in his clothes from the clother at Biltmore Fashion Bar, 24th Street and Camelback. I mean, he's been up and down all night long. And Grant Hill, I don't think I've seen him miss 2 free throws in a row all year long.
Well, here's the problem. Although doing a great defensive job on Ellis, offensively, he can't do it on both ends. He's at that age right now where he can't do it, and so Ellis right now seizing the opportunity to go at Grant Hill, knowing that he's struggling on this end as well.
Yeah, Ellis now with 4 points in a hurry. 43-34. 2:41 left to go in this first half. Up it comes now to Hill in the corner. Carter, no. Wow, that wasn't even close.
No, it's getting uglier.
It is.
And that three-point shot will do it to you.
0 for 9. Darrell Wright can't finish. David Lee can't finish. Boy, they're having a tough time getting the ball in the hole. Up it comes to Grant Hill. That'll go. He went flying through the air. 38-year-old who just doesn't let age define him in any way.
Not at all. It's just amazing the stride that he has at his age. Most guys are trying not to pull a hamstring. This guy's stretching it out big time.
Up it comes to Curry, and Curry not able to get it. Lee with a rebound. Lee working hard, gets it to go down. Lee has been a monster on the boards. 6 rebounds in the early going.
That's his MO there. You got to put a body on him. If you're Channing Frye, you have to do it consistently.
Here's Carter still trying to get it going offensively. Poked away by Lee. 13 on the shot clock. And it's stripped by Darrell Wright. This has not been one of Vince Carter's better games.
No, and it's getting worse because he's trying to do it offensively one-on-one, and Golden State's not having it.
They had a double team going. We're going to have a 3. No, it's going to be in the lane 3 seconds against Golden State. Well, Grant Hill a moment ago went flying up the floor, and this is becoming a common occurrence.
I mean, that's just flat out speed right there, and you don't try.
Presented by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Get to the game this Wednesday, March 23rd, as Toronto will be playing the Suns, and all-you-can-eat seats starting at just $20. Stuff yourself with all-you-can-eat hot dogs, popcorn, nachos, and soda. Purchase your all-you-can-eat seat tickets today at suns.com/TV deal for Wednesday's game versus Toronto. Have you ever wanted to do that, Eddie? Go and just eat and never have any limits to you?
You know, I used to do it at Illinois when I was in school. By the way, Illinois did win tonight against
Did they? And who are they going to play next?
They're going to face Kansas, which I don't think our odds are pretty good. But, you know, I'm going to talk a little junk before it's all said.
I'm sure. Here's Frye from the corner. That's a 3. Shining Frye with his second 3 of the night. 2 of 5 now in double figures with 10 points.
They had all-you-can-eat pancake night back when I was at school. You know, you didn't have any money then. I used to eat about 50 pancakes every Monday night.
And then your jump shot was even better, right?
Huh?
Your jump shot was even better when you ate all those pancakes?
I didn't care about that. I was hungry.
Ellis tries inside and is going to be fouled. And Grant Hill has picked up the foul. Grant Hill, we mentioned the last game, held Ellis down. He shot only 4 of 13. And Ellis, you kind of get the feeling he thinks he's going to have a little breakout right now.
Well, again, he always feels that way because he's an offensive guy and he can run off 20 and a quarter. But again, I think we have to come to the realization that Grant Hill bothers him. And, you know, every offensive player can pinpoint one guy or 2 guys in their career that bothered them, and that guy might not have been known as an ultra defensive stopper. Although Grant Hill this year, the argument can be made he should be on the all-defensive team, at least 2nd or 3rd team, no doubt about it. Defensively, he has done a tremendous job.
He was on the 2nd team last year. I think he should be on the 1st team. I mean, he has been the fire extinguisher defensively.
Yeah, you know, the Suns got to prove their record, I think, to get him there. But overall, this guy defensively has just been unreal.
Frye, who hit a 3 earlier from there, misses this time. Fry is 3 of 10 shooting tonight. Ellis, there he is outside. Rebound is going to be cleared by Carter. Nice effort by Vince Carter.
Well, and do it on this end. You're not scoring the basketball. Get something else done.
Grant Hill had to go high to retrieve that. 30 seconds left in this first half. Suns up by 10. They've led by as many as 13. Nash trying to shake Curry. 12 on the shot clock. Back to Nash. Nash will try again to probe this defense. Goes inside. Beautiful pass to Gortat.
That was. Darrell Wright could not get back in front, and that's the big body there of Gortat. But then the strong finish is what I like.
I tell you, Nash looks so much better. I mean, he still isn't 100%, but he is playing so much better. Right outside, not able to get it. Darrell Wright is 0 for 5. Lee follows, and then Wright, and is that going to count? It will.
That's going to count. I mean, the good advantage for the Suns is the ball was maybe still in his hand. You cannot have any part of your hand on the ball, regardless whether it's a dunk or not. It's going to be reviewed, no doubt about it.
Well, right now, it's a 10-point game. The officials are conferring as Darrell Wright, not shooting well, went inside. Right now, he's been given the 2. Here's the replay as we come to the end of the first half. And we'll come back and give you the verdict later. Coming up, Toyota Halftime Report. Let's go outside now. Here with Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. Just a spectacular day weather-wise here in the Valley of the Sun. You can see the scores changed since we left you. The Suns up 50-38 because the play at the end of the first half by Darrell Wright was ruled too late to count.
Well, the ball has to be out of your hand, regardless whether it's a dunk shot or not. And because the ball was still in his hand as he cupped it over the rim, that is a no-go. Should let the ball go, young fella. Just throw it in.
Well, it's now a 12-point lead as we come back in. A very strange game, Eddie. I mean, both teams are not shooting well, and the Suns getting great support from the bench.
Well, the Suns not shooting well, 42%, but they're not turning the basketball over, only 6. And that's why they are in control of this basketball game. And if they continue to take care of it, they're going to win it.
All right, it's time to check the Jack in the Box inside the box score. Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. You can see 39% by Golden State, and the three-point shots have not been falling.
No, and let's talk about defensively for the Suns. They've been very good. I mean, they have shut down their scores. Darrell Wright is struggling, Monte Ellis, and Curry is not struggling offensively, 4 of 6, but he's not getting a lot of shots up. So Suns defense has been huge, as well as I said, not turning the basketball over, and then getting 18 points off of Golden State turnovers. That has been huge.
Sometimes to break a losing streak is difficult. I mean, you have to fight through a lot of things. And, of course, the Suns trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. They lost their last 2 games at home by an average of 21 points. I mean, they just got hammered. And now, tonight, they've come out and have the advantage. We go into the second half of play. It was a frustrating first half for a couple of people. You mentioned Darrell Wright, but Vince Carter also, he just could not get the ball to go in the hole.
0 for 9. I mean, that's tough. And, you know, he's too good for that. And I think with Vince, again, it's the system. You can blame it on the system, but get enamored with that three-point shot, and all of a sudden your percentage goes way down.
All right, I can't wait for the results of our text opinion poll. Which Suns hairdo is the most memorable? Connie Hawkins, oh, they're not ready yet. We're going to have to wait. We're going to put the world on hold right now.
But it was time.
Connie Hawkins afro or Chambers feathered mullet. Lou Amundsen's ponytail or Robin Lopez's curls. There's the curls for Robin Lopez. And we'll be back to give you the results of our poll. But right now, let's go to Mark McClure. Mark?
Yeah, anxiously awaiting, and I got to put in a vote for Lou Amundsen with the ponytail. I talked to Noel Gillespie at the half. He said defensive rebounding will be the story in this one, just like the last time these two teams got together here. He was thrilled that Golden State had only hit 1 3 in the first half. They said that the coaching staff thinks Golden State is a team that can get really hot. Also 8 offensive rebounds for Golden State. So after much ado, let's get the results of that text poll.
All right, Mark, we're ready to roll now, and here they are. The result is, wow,
Tom,
that really surprises me. The feathered mullet. I tell you what, Tom, congratulations. I don't know what you win, but Congratulations.
You know, really, I mean, you know, we used to think that he put rollers in the back of his hair before he came to the game. He was kind of rolled up.
You are really bad. You know that, Eddie.
You know, but we never would have said that back then.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I want him to know that was a discussion.
Anyway, here we go. Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Here's Wright, who couldn't buy a shot in the first half and got this one. Well, it's interesting. The first half, he was 0 for 6. And now gets his first shot to go here in the second half. 50-40. Suns' biggest lead has been 13. Channing Frye was 3 of 10 shooting, 2 of 5 since coming back, missing those 5 games. 2 of 5 behind the line. Off to Nash, 3-ball, count it.
Yeah, I think that was a zone they were in, but it was so soft. I mean, everybody had a good open look. Suns just got unselfish moving the basketball.
Nash is 2 of 2 now from three-point land. Lee dumps it inside. Gortat had a hand on it, broken up. Udoh could not hang on. And that's 16 turnovers now against Golden State. Nash inside. Gortat. This has been what they've been doing, ladies, lately, starting him in the third quarter, opening the game with Lopez, and Gortat is pickpocket from behind, and then Ellis threw it away.
Well, good defense from Steve Nash. I mean, he bothered Ellis. Ellis not wanting to pick up the offensive foul, forced him to make a pass.
You know, you look at this Golden State team, they are second in fast break points. Well, boy, here tonight, they have really struggled. 17 turnovers, leading to 18 points. Into Gortat. Yes. And Gortat now in double figures with 10 points.
It's just too easy. And again, I think the Suns need to focus on inside. You know, don't get caught up in trying to bury this team right away. Keep pushing the ball against their weakness. They don't have anything down low to deal with Gortat.
Lee hits, and that had been the biggest lead of the game prior to that shot by David Lee. Lee with 10 points. So Lee and Curry with 10 each for Golden State to lead the way. Gortat again, and Lee made sure he didn't take that one to the hole. Gortat caught something in the face that time as he went up. Lee frustrated that time, and he has picked up his third foul of the game.
They have nothing inside that can deal with this guy. And if I'm Steve Nash, I mean, I'm involving him continuously in this quarter. So, you know, Steve would love to go sit down in the fourth with a huge lead and just continue to get him the basketball.
Nash with 7 assists and 11 points. Andris Biedrins, if you didn't join us early, is out. He got hurt in the last game, sprained his left ankle. He will not even be on this 4-game road trip for Golden State. And so they've been relying on Udoh and guys like Lee to try to shut down Gortat, and it hasn't worked.
Well, Udoh's not a center. I mean, he is just having a huge problem with Gortat. Gortat's treating him like a 2-guard right now.
Here's Ellis dug it in. Gortat was up above him. He couldn't shoot it. Lee saves it. Brings it outside. Curry, who had 10 points in that first half, off to Udoh, who played at Baylor after transferring from the University of Michigan. Missed the shot. Nash comes down with it. Suns like to make a move here and get this 4-game losing streak snapped and get ready to make a 2-stop trip to Los Angeles. First to the Clippers and then the Lakers. Gortat, and he's fouled again. And you're right, Eddie. They're just going to wear the Warriors out with Gortat.
Look, the great teams in the league, they don't worry about you knowing their plays. They execute. And if you execute correctly, you're going to get the ball where you want to, especially if you're playing against a poor defensive team. And that's what the Suns face. They don't want to start trying to buy into the fact, oh, we're going to blow them out. We want the game to get pretty and all of that and start jacking up threes, because that allows Curry, Ellis, Wright to get going. All of a sudden, this will be a single-digit game in a hurry.
Boy, Gortat just continues to excel. He has 13 points, 5 rebounds, going for his 15th double-double of the year. And here comes Curry the other way. Stephen Curry, the runner-up for Rookie of the Year last year, behind Tyreke Evans of Sacramento. Right inside the lead, backs in the foul on Channing Frye. Frye has picked up his second foul of the night. Well, we talked about Channing Frye missing the last 5 games with a dislocated right shoulder. He has not shot well, but Eddie, I don't think you're surprised. I mean,
no.
Coming back, that's difficult.
No, and I don't think Alvin Gentry is either. I think Alvin wanted to just get him out there on the floor, looking maybe a game or 2 down the stretch here where he can start to get his confidence. It's always difficult to come back from an injury this quickly. You know, he hasn't had a lot of practice time. He hadn't gotten it banged around, so he really didn't know what to expect. And I think now he feels good. He feels like he can compete. He can, you know, stick his arm into defensive areas and not worry about getting hurt. You know, and I think his confidence will slowly get back in terms of knocking down the shot as well.
Fry was playing the best basketball of his career, averaging over 16 points and 9 rebounds the last 10 games before the injury. He has just been expanding his game. Hill and the follow by Gortat. Gortat was 16 now.
Gortat's finding out how easy the game can be when nobody is on the court right now in a blue jersey that can guard you.
Out it comes now to Darrell Wright. Wright backing in on Carter, and Wright got it now. Darrell Wright has hit a couple of shots here in the second half. Has 4 points in the game. He's had some huge games this year. He told you he had 9 threes in one game, and he has had 6 threes on 3 different occasions. So he can light it up as Nash stepped out of bounds.
That's all Keith Smart's looking for. He's looking for somebody in a blue jersey to start a fire. He doesn't care who does it.
Yep.
But he needs a fire starter to force the Suns defensively to be able to react.
With Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. Glad to have you with us. The NBA TV group has Curry with a follow away that time. And Curry now with 12 points in the ball game.
No matter where you play, certain fans just love certain players. And wherever Curry plays, they all love him because they love that sweet stroke. I mean, every time he shoots, it looks like it's going in.
I agree. And Carter got a shot to go. His first of the night after going 0 for 9. 63-48. Off it comes now to Udo. To Ellis. Look at Grant Hill track him. Hill just doing another superb job defensively. Wright tries to get away from Carter. Feeds it inside to Udo with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Can't get it. Tipped over. Fought for, and Channing Frye digs it out. Off to Vince Carter. Carter now thinks he's got it going. Rebound is cleared by David Lee.
It was in and out, but it doesn't count for anything.
Here's Curry again. Curry, that stroke you were talking about. Udo brings it down. Right from outside. Darrell Wright is quite an addition to this Golden State team. They got him as a free agent. He averaged last year 7 points a game. This year he's averaging 16.
Well, a tremendous three-point shooter. And with this unit here, he's always going to get some open looks.
They are 2 of 7 behind the line. Grant Hill, beautiful looking shot. Grant Hill talking about the NCAAs. He likes his Blue Devils. Of course, when Grant played for Duke, they won the NCAA championship in 91 and 92. David Lee picked up by Frye. Lee goes in, and he stepped out of bounds. Turnover number 18 against Golden State.
I mean, Monte Ellis is not even looking to score. Are you kidding me? I mean, Grant Hill is in his head. Grant needs to put his initials on his forehead where he's locking him up.
Here's Grant Hill going in, and he's going to be fouled. You look at Grant, he's taken only 4 shots. He scored 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. But what doesn't show up in the box score is what he's doing to Monte Ellis. I mean, Ellis tonight is 3 of 9, 8 points, coming in here averaging almost 25 a game.
I tell you, he's there. I mean, again, you know, any offensive player tell you, even though some won't admit it, and I wouldn't be ashamed to admit it. It was just certain guys that just knew how to lock me up. And I think for Monte Ellis, I mean, Grant Hill is a major problem.
Well, I can't believe anybody locked you up when you're playing.
Oh, please, I had some guys. Derek McKee, good friend of mine, used to lock me up.
Let's go over to Mark McClure. Mark?
Well, speaking of being locked up, Grant Hill is actually on top of the team bracket, the March Madness Challenge right now in the Suns locker room. He has Duke going all the way. He's tied with, of all people, Marcin Gortat. I wasn't able to get to Marcin before the game and ask him who he's got going all the way. He's got 400 of his closest friends here, but we'll try to after the game.
Well, I was going to say, they probably helped him with the poll, don't you think, with the brackets? I think that's not fair. All those 300 or 400 people from Poland here tonight. Ellis outside, picked up. Look at Grant. Grant measures him. Ellis tries a difficult shot at best. Rebound, Gortat. I mean, Grant Hill is so fundamentally sound on defense.
Yeah, he's not going to let you beat him. He's going to stay in front of you. That's what Larry Brown thought right there. Larry always said, just keep your guy in front of you. That's what Grant does. And then he has the ability to bother you when you elevate to shoot the ball as well.
Ellis is 3 of 10 shooting because of the defense by Grant Hill. Gortat with 16. The Suns 67-51.
I wouldn't say he's 100% right now.
I agree.
He's going to need to get there.
All right, the 2 games stop in L.A. The Clippers, that's an afternoon game, and the Lakers. And the Lakers have got it all together again. Toronto coming in here. The Hornets are going to play the Hornets 3 times in 24 days.
Good. That's what you want.
Here's Nash coming outside now, trying to shake Curry. 5:51 to go in the third. Grant Hill off to Fry. Vince Carter backing in. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Got it. After that break, they wanted to get Carter started.
Abuse Monte Ellis.
4 points now for Vince Carter. 2 of 12 shooting. Suns for the game now, shooting 47%. Golden State under 40. Curry brings it off quickly to Wright. Wright not able to get it. Rebound. Udo had a hand on it, couldn't control it. Here comes Nash the other way. Nash with 8 assists, pulls up. Rebound is cleared. Now that indicates to me he's feeling better. He wasn't shooting that shot in the last few games.
Yeah, and also it tells me that he doesn't want to play in the fourth quarter.
Here's Udo going in. Nice play by Udo. Every Udo, who was a outstanding player at Baylor, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He's mainly a shot blocker. In fact, in the last 3 games, he had blocked 2.7 blocks a game. I mean, the guy is, he's long. 6'10", long arms.
Yeah, you're saying a lot of good things.
Okay.
I'm sitting here trying to find it. I mean, he's a hustle guy. He's playing, but offensively, he is behind. And I don't know if he'll ever be tremendously good in this system because you got to be able to at least score the ball. Beatrice can score the ball in the paint. Udo seems like he has no ability to put the ball in the rim at all.
Here comes Hill from the corner. 3 ball not there. You can see what Grant Hill's done against Ellis again tonight after being 4 of 13 in the previous game. 3 of 10 tonight. Easily done because it was put up on a platter by Steve Nash.
That's bad defense. I mean, how can a white jersey that big as well?
You know, I'm a glass half full. You're a glass half empty right now. I can see that right now. I'm going to have to work with you tonight.
Yeah.
Here is Lee, and the rebound clear by Fry.
I like that rebound by Channing. In a crowd, extending those arms, not worrying about it.
That's 8 rebounds. Fry coming back with that dislocated shoulder, playing with that strap on his arm and around his stomach. I think he's acquitted himself very well. Hill 3, yes. You know, Grant Hill had hit 5 of his last 10 threes coming into this game, and tonight he's 1 of 2.
This great ball movement.
Curry answers with a 3.
Why isn't he not shooting the ball more? I don't understand it. No one else in the blue jersey has really gotten it going, and he has not looked at the rim.
15 points now for Stephen Curry. Can see field goals in this quarter. The Suns are really doing a good job. 8 of 12. Here's Nash. He's decked. Boy, you don't want to see that. When you're playing hurt, you don't need to get knocked to the floor. Lou Amundsen's going to come back in now to the Warriors lineup. Looks like Curry was shaken up on the play.
Yeah, he got popped in the grill. Yeah. Well, these guys got soft jaws. I mean, Petrus go down. You know, Curry shaking up, fouling on purpose. Come on now. Look at me sitting over here talking.
I know. There's a foul on Fry setting the screen. So Channing Frye's picked up his 4th foul.
See, Ellis took a hit. He staggered a little bit, but he didn't fall. These guys got to get tough.
Start of a 4-game road swing for Golden State. They've already surpassed their victory output of last year. They've won 4 more games than last year. Warwick's going to come in for Fry, who's played 26 minutes tonight. I asked Alvin Gentry for the game if there are any restrictions on Channing Frye. He said none. So
put that uniform on, ain't no restriction. Go play.
Outside now is Curry. Long 3-ball from outside by Wright. Rebound Lee, and the dirt worker, that's what he is.
How did he
goes
know?
Inside.
How did he know that ball was coming off? I mean, this guy, you know, you talk about rebounders, right? You have guys that rebound in their area and they don't get a rebound anywhere else. This guy rebounds out of his area better than anybody in the league.
He has 9 rebounds, still 14 points in the game. Carter, and now Vince seemingly has gotten a little bit into rhythm in this game.
Well, he got a little closer, you know, and that's the key for Vince Carter.
76-59. Lee, nice catch by Wright. Lee had 30 double-doubles start of the night. That's going to be a foul on Gortat as Darrell Wright able to draw the foul, and we're going to take a break. 2:37 left in this third quarter. Vince Carter, after going 0 for 9 in the first half, has hit a couple of shots.
Yeah, well, you won't make one if you don't keep shooting it, and trust me.
Gortat and some fan. Let's get them in the Dials Dad's dancing group.
Man, Gortat can break it down. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Gortat, by the way, in this quarter has 10 points. He has not missed a shot, Eddie, and he's 4-4 from the free throw line. I dance too if I were playing like that.
Well, he's feasting, no doubt about it. He's feasting.
Darrell Wright's going to go to the free throw line. His first time there tonight. They're 19th in the league in free throw shooting, but tonight they have not been there that often, but they've been effective, 9 of 9.
On this one too, guys.
He was fouled shooting the three, so he's got 2 more. Peters getting ready to come into the ball game, and Alvin Gentry can't believe it's that way. He thought he was fouled inside the line, and he's arguing with Matt Boland, the official.
Well, he forgot. He didn't. I don't think he realized that he was behind the line. Now, look, it's 2:37 left in this quarter. You know, you pick a part of the game where you say, okay, this is dangerous. This is dangerous for the Suns. If they want to put the Golden State Warriors to sleep, they have to finish this quarter out with a bang. If they'll allow them to get a nice run here in this last 2:37, all of a sudden it changes the dynamics of the substitution pattern for Alvin Gentry in the fourth quarter.
And Wright hit all 3 of them. He has 10 points now. 2:29 to go in the third. Nash with 9 assists in the ball game to go to 11 points. Dudley's back into Hakeem Warwick. Warwick with 5 points in the game, 6 on the shot clock. Nash long 3. Yes, sir. Nash has hit all 3 of his shots behind the line.
And they're leaving the best shooter on the court other than Curry wide open.
And it goes now to Amundsen. He's fouled on his way up. Nash really upset about the breakdown defensively. Did you see that? He was really upset that they allowed him to get inside. Nash tonight, though, has some of that fire in him we haven't seen for a couple of games just due to all the injury problems.
Well, that, you know, look, he's a veteran. He understands that every game now that the Phoenix Suns play is a playoff game. Unfortunately for them, this is the position that they're in. So they're going to have to be focused every game.
Suns 6-man, save your seats for the 2011-12 season. If you've not yet renewed, March 31st is the final deadline to secure the best prices to save your seat location. Protect your seats and renew now at mysunsman.com or call 602-514-5444. You're part of our legacy. Continue with us. Peters brings it out to Nash. Amundsen comes out on him. Now they switch back out. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Grant Hill pulling up. That ball may have been deflected. Back they come the other way. Thornton rolls down the middle, and he'll be called for an offensive foul.
You know, I'm trying to figure out, and you even brought up the suggestion early in the first half, why Thornton is being moved around. He's starting to show me. I mean, look, first of all, you know, he made up his mind before he crossed half court he's going to shoot the basketball. And you can't do that if you're going to run the fast break. Yeah. You have to have your head up and try to find teammates and not turn the ball over.
Thornton's had some good games this year. He had a 23-point game earlier. Off it comes to Hill. Hill baseline. Grant Hill starting now to pick it up offensively. He has 13 points in the ball game.
Well, isolating Curry and Monte Ellis every time down the court is a huge advantage.
Curry trying to shake Nash, and Nash measured every move he made. Out it comes to Ellis in the corner. Shot underway by Curry. Rebound by Warwick. Steve Nash, who's played 28 minutes tonight, 5 of 7 shooting, 3 of 3 behind the line. Suns are shooting so well in this quarter, 11 of 18. Hill is averaging 13.5 points, has 13 the turnover. Amundsen a little behind the back. I haven't seen that from Lou. And hammering it home is Darrell Wright, who's become a little bit of a factor after not scoring the first half. He has 12 points.
Lou ought to show that replay to Thornton and show him how to run a fast break when you're a big guy.
81-65, 26 seconds left in the third. Good ball movement. Hill goes in. Look at this. Blocking foul, count it. Did a nice job avoiding Lou as he went inside. Grant Hill, the cagey veteran.
Well, and it looked like Lou Amundsen was there, and I'd love to see where his feet is. I mean, you know, it's so funny, and I think, you know, for any player, they're like, you'll call that probably 5 out of 10 times. So it's a 50-50 opportunity there for you. You either get the charge or you get the block.
Keith Smart just got a tee. He didn't like the call. So Smart is teed up, and Steve Nash will shoot the technical. Nash at the start of the night shooting 92%, but trailing Curry, who's #1, and Nash will come out now. Nash is a strong game tonight. He'll sit down, and Aaron Brooks comes in. Then Bacardi reminds you to celebrate tonight's game responsibly. If you choose to drink, please drink responsibly. Bacardi rum, established 1862. A marvelous year by this guy, Grant Hill.
Just gets younger.
Missed the free throw. Now, that's interesting. Tonight, he's 2 of 5 for the free throw line. Came in for the year shooting 85%. But again, I think you pointed out when you have to play such solid defense at the other end.
Well, it's tough for him to play those kind of minutes on both ends. He has to pick his spots, and he gave up himself for Monte Ellis tonight, but now he has his offense going a little bit.
Petrus wheels across the middle, and we come to the end of the third quarter. Suns outscore Golden State 34-27. So they're 12 minutes away from snapping this 4-game losing streak, and they're 11-3 at home when they lead after the third quarter. Carter started getting it going in the third quarter as the Suns trying to win their 19th game. Here we go. So the Suns go into the fourth quarter with the lead, and here's a lifelock score by quarters. Suns winning all 3 quarters thus far. We come back now with Aaron Brooks at the point guard position. Josh Childress has checked in for the first time with Warwick and Dudley. And the miss rebounded by Reggie Williams. The Suns bench, led by Gortat this game, has outscored the bench of Golden State 32-13. And there's a move by Darrell Wright. Darrell Wright, somebody woke him up. I mean, after a miserable first half of not scoring, he scored 14 points in the second half.
Well, I'm going to tell you what he did. He loved to score. He went in at halftime. He looked at the scout. He looked at the stat sheet. I'm 0 for 6. Not getting it done. I'm going to come out focused. And he has. He's put himself in good position. And he's gotten his rhythm. But I think, you know, it could be a little too late for the Warriors. They have been looking for someone to start a fire.
Yep. And
the Suns have basically extinguished everything that they have tried to do.
So Curry and Wright now the leading scorers for the Warriors with 15 points each. Here's Aaron Brooks. Brooks had 1 basket go for him in the first half, the follow-away by Brooks. And the rebound is cleared. Aaron Brooks is taking tough shots, isn't he?
I mean, it seems like every shot he's taking is a tough shot. Now, when he was on the Rockets, I didn't see that. I mean, I saw a guy that was backing guys off of him, pulling up, and unbalanced, knocking down shots. Everything is falling away.
I think that's a good point. AC Law has called for a travel. You know, talking to Alvin Gentry, he says it's just been a tough transition. Brooks just seems to have a tough time trying to learn the plays, to be in the right spot, and maybe forcing some things that he didn't in Houston. Now it comes to Childress. Childress has been playing more lately due to the injuries. Off to Petrus from the corner, not there. Rebound by Williams.
It's hard to get from one system to the next, and there's no doubt about it. But again, you know, what we used to say on the playgrounds, it's still basketball, okay? And your biggest enemy is you between the ears. It's nothing else. I mean, I'm amazed when guys say, well, I can't score in that system or I'm not getting the ball. Please, it's basketball. Understand the game, fit yourself in, and be productive.
You know, we're looking at the tight race for that 8th and final playoff spot. How about the Rockets tonight? They defeated the Celtics. And so you can see where they have now moved ahead of the Suns at this point. Utah game ahead, and then Memphis, a team that lost last night, but they get Rudy Gay back pretty quickly now, and that'll help Lionel Hollins as the Grizzlies have really been playing very well.
They have, but what the Suns need to continue to do is look at that loss column. You know, they're only 1 game behind the Grizzlies in the loss column. that gives them an opportunity right there if they win basketball games. And I think that's the column that's the most important.
Beverly tries a long three, gets his own rebound. He'll pop another one, and that one's not going to go.
No, he probably should have took a dribble in and took the 12-footer.
Suns are 7 of 21 behind the line. In it goes to Amundsen in the corner. Williams, Gortat with a rebound. Gortat now 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Peters, that'll be goaltending. Getting back quickly, but not quickly enough on that particular play, as it'll go on Al Thornton. Keith Smart already has one technical. He is up yelling at his team. He's not happy.
Well, he senses that, you know, even though they have a few games left, they're already in the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
Seriously. I mean, they are. I mean, they're not playing as a unit. They're playing like a team that's just counting down games. It's no cohesion to anything that they have done tonight. I haven't seen the fire in Monte Ellis. I mean, he's an offensive player, but yet he played like he was a role guy tonight in terms of not even being aggressive shooting the basketball.
Time for tonight's Laser Pass, sponsored by Schwartz Laser Eye Center. TeamEyeDoc.com. See the best you can see. It's a Nash to Gortat feed, one of his 9 assists.
Well, again, if you get to the area, we've said it time and time again, he will find you. And that time, he was wide open on an island. Biggest guy on the court, but the Warriors allowed him to go right to the front of the rim.
Wait a minute, we got a clock problem. They're going to start this all over with 9:59 to go. You go back to the Warriors, you're 30 and 38, but they're only 9 and 24 on the road. They've lost their last 2 away from Oakland. They're going to miss the playoffs for the 5th straight year, 17 of the last 18 seasons. They have improved their number of wins, up by 4 at the start of the night. As able to connect that time is Al Thornton. 86-70. It's a 16-point game, 9:46 left. In it comes to Gortat. Swings it over to Peters. Peters moving in and measures and hits.
That's the beauty of basketball. I mean, the three-point shot is a threat, but a head fake and one dribble gets you that high percentage opportunity.
Wow, AC Law back the other way, gets the basket and the foul. Aaron Brooks got a piece of it. AC Law is a guy that got traded 3 times in 9 months. Started with the Atlanta Hawks, the first-round pick. Kind of a journeyman, but we mentioned he had a career-high 15-point game the last time out, and starting to get some playing time, has 7 tonight.
Well, and playing time will bring your confidence sky high. He really hasn't been in a situation where he has been a guy that knows he's going to play and play consistently over a period of time.
Here's Josh Childress. Childress has had great patience this year. He fell out of the rotation, but a great attitude. Never let it affect the rest of the team. AC Law back the other way. Brings it over into the corner to Wright. And we have a mismatch as Brooks comes out on him. Darrell Wright knows it and airballed it. Rebound by Williams. 7 on the shot clock. They didn't reset the shot clock. Williams knows it, can't get it. Wright with the rebound, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, right now, this is about getting my numbers time. I've been there before, and that's what the Warriors are locked into right now. Suns just cannot allow this team to take away what they have done so far in this game.
They need to win. Every game so important down the stretch.
Now you can see the behind-the-scenes tour of the Giants training camp with Bill Cartwright on Planet Orange Primetime on Wednesday the 23rd, right before the Suns-Raptors game. Cartwright actually had a conversation with Barry Zito that's very entertaining. They talked everything pitching. They also had a long conversation about unicorns, guys, so tune in for that. What do you know about unicorns?
Well, it was in the Glass Menagerie, I know that. You know, interesting about Bill Cartwright, he played at the University of San Francisco. You know who the other great player was for University of San Francisco?
Bill Russell, sir.
Bill Russell.
Come on now. How dare you quiz me?
You're younger than me. I thought you might not remember those things.
Are you kidding me? I'm a historian when it comes to basketball. You know, I was in a golf tournament today. Chicago Cubs had a golf tournament. You know, I was sitting down talking to today. I was like a kid in a candy store.
No.
I had sweet swinging Billy Williams on one side.
Oh, yeah.
I had Ernie Banks on the other side. I had Ferguson Jenkins staring right at me. And then I had Blue Moon Odom to my left.
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me? Man, I was sitting there, I was like just salivating. They probably thought, look at this grown man. What is wrong with him? Oh, man, I was in heaven.
You know, A.C. Law, by the way, is a great nephew of Ernie Banks. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
All right, Mark, what do you have for us?
I just to chime back in, Bill Cartwright was actually behind the batting cage, and one of the Giants came over and said, "Hey, Bill Russell, how you doing?" Gary, you worked with Bill Russell, right?
I did work with Bill Russell. He and Rick Barry, we did the NBA Finals one year.
Wow, really?
And I'll tell you what, Bill Russell is a remarkable guy. I mean, the more I get to know him, the more I appreciate. It's kind of like you, Eddie.
You're remarkable because I just can't believe a guy as young as you was working with Bill Russell.
Well,
wow.
I'm going to tell Bill Russell that you think he's old. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, Bill is old.
There's a foul on Josh Childress.
I got to call somebody old because I'm getting old.
Well,
people call me old, so I'm going to call him old.
Well, hey, let me ask you something. To switch back to your Illinois roots, if you will.
Yes, sir.
You were talking about being a big Cub fan, and I know you're a Bears fan.
Yeah.
What about that Illinois-Kansas game on Sunday? You going to give me some points?
No. Look, I did the bracket, and for the first time in a long time, I went against my school in a bracket.
Did you?
Yes. I picked Kansas in the next game, but I'm hoping that I lose in the bracket, right?
You were doing that because you're superstitious, right?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
We have a tough road. You all have a good team. See, I'll give you your props when it's due.
Okay. Thornton got both free throws, 91-77 with 8:14 to go. I tell you, Illinois, were they picked to win the Big Ten at the start of the year?
Yeah, they were picked to be up there. Disappointing 9-9, but hey, look, the tournament is when you should start playing well. And tell you what, if it's a barometer of how well they're going to play in this tournament by what they did to UNLV today, look out, Kansas.
Oh, the shot from the corner from Darrell Wright, who continues to sizzle in the second half. 20 points in the second half. Aaron Brooks lost his balance, goes backward, and turns it over, and we got a technical.
Aaron Brooks did something that you don't do. He is lucky he is not kicked out of the game. And I don't know if he meant to do it. I think he was just throwing the ball to the official, but he threw it in such a way it hit him in the leg. He got teed up.
He did. He was upset about the fact there was no foul. Let's look at it again.
Well, he's struggling offensively, and so that's what happens.
Oh,
right
boy.
there. I mean,
he's coming out of there. You know, they're bringing Steve Nash back a lot earlier than they'd like to because of this. I tell you, Alvin Gentry doesn't like that at all. He got him out of there.
10-point game. I mean, again, the Golden State Warriors, they do this with regularity. Why? Because they're always trailing. They know how to come from behind because that's what they do for a living.
Familiar territory, I guess. Fry now guarding and trying to guard Al Thornton. Thornton, you can see from moment to moment, he's got some skill.
Yeah, and the problem here, and that's why Alvin Gentry got Steve Nash back in, he doesn't want to deal with that tornado of Curry and Monte Ellis coming back in this game, knowing that three-point shooting can create some serious problems.
In this quarter now, Golden State has outscored the Suns 18-7, Eddie, and they're back in it. Here's Fry, three ball, yes! Yes, sir! That is a big tray from outside. Huge shot.
That's huge. Yeah, that's a shot that they have not had with Fry in street clothes.
Fry now is 3 of 6 behind the line. He has 13 points. Nice return. We're talking about a return. Who is this guy? Darrell Wright.
So he's a guy that built his game from that three-point shot, shooting it well, defense is getting up on him, and now putting it on the floor.
Wow, nice a long three. That's a surprising shot. Back here comes the A.C. Law. Nash tonight is 3 of 4 behind the line. Amundsen can't finish.
And Lou, he doesn't want to go to the free throw line, so he tried to get rid of that ball in a hurry.
And Grant Hill's going to be fouled. I don't know why you would not want to go to the free throw line. Amundsen shooting 30% from the free throw line.
Well, that's pretty good. Maybe he does want to go to the free throw line. That's good for Lou, isn't it?
In fact, he is 14 of 46 coming into tonight.
Oh, gee. Wow. He's got to come see me.
I think you should be the shooting doctor.
I'm going to text Lou up.
Here is Fry going up, and Amundsen got a piece of it. So Lou's had so many injury problems. It has been a journey to the Oakland area that has not worked very well. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you find out about our next big sale. Text your email address to 83793. Sign up for Click and Save emails from Southwest Airlines. Boy, it's good to have Fry back. You know, I just looked at the note that was handed to me, Eddie. If the Suns win tonight, they would improve to 13-4 in the last 17 games with Channing Frye in the lineup.
Well, look, it's no accident. I mean, since the All-Star break, he has played a good basketball as I've seen him play. And it's not all about scoring. It's been about defending, rebounding, just being a presence on the basketball court and stepping up in the fourth quarter when they needed him.
Well, he's the Suns' leading rebounder and shot blocker, even though he's missed all those games. Grant Hill brings it down. Steve Nash setting up now. Channing Frye, 6 minutes to go in this one. And Frye goes across the middle, had that poked away on the floor. Look at Grant Hill battle for it, and a timeout is called. So the Suns get a timeout with 5:52 to go. Well, Grant said I didn't call the timeout. Well, he got one, whether he wanted it or not.
He got one. He looked like he wanted one. Sometimes you have to be careful what you ask for, but if you're Alvin Gentry, he said that's okay.
Grant Hill will trigger this with 9 seconds on the shot clock. He can't find enough room to inbound. Now he's got it. Carter in the game. Frye, Dudley, Nash, and Grant Hill. 5:52 to go. Dudley from the corner goes in, and Amundsen got it. Lou Amundsen has picked up his 3rd foul of the game. So Dudley to the line. Dudley tonight had an opportunity to dunk, elected not to take it, but he has 6 points in the game.
You act like, you know, he can just elevate whenever he wants to. That's funny.
Let's look at some Channing Frye highlights, Eddie. I mean, he has had some.
He has. I mean, he's got some good open looks after a struggle early on in the first quarter. But I thought the ability to get inside, he got inside, got to the free throw line, and I thought opened up his confidence, and all of a sudden he started knocking down shots and had a huge one here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you could say welcome back, Channing Frye. Good to have him back in the lineup. Suns' chances are improving drastically with number 8 in there. Here's Jarrell Wright. Somebody's got to get on him. He's been hot. Amundsen tried to follow tip. Frye comes up with a rebound. Frye now with 9 rebounds in the ball game. David Lee getting ready to come into Golden State's attack. Nash feed to Frye, can't quite find the handle. Back comes Reggie Williams. I tell you, Jarrell Wright is as good in the second half as he was bad in the first half.
He doesn't leave much room for error when he shoots the 3, which is what I like. I mean, he gets enough arc on it that he just sticks it right in the rim.
Almost like a line drive, isn't it? 26 points for Wright, all of them in the second half. 10-point game again. From the corner, Carter, it just hasn't been Vince's night. Ball tipped around, and eventually the follow tip inside, beautifully done. Frye with the basket. Frye with 17 points.
I mean, he has made himself present. Not only that, 9 rebounds as well.
Hill trying to draw the charge, and Amundsen cannot finish. And Alvin Gentry saying, are you kidding me? Let's go back to Channing Frye.
Well, credit Grant Hill. I mean, Grant Hill got a hand on it, tipped it right to Channing Frye, and allowed him to get the easy deuce inside.
Well, this is what you were talking about. Amundsen doesn't like to shoot free throws. Last year for the Suns, he shot 55%, 30% at the start of this night tonight. And he misses. There are now 2 ways to win 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box. When the Suns score 99 points or hold their opponent to 99 points or less during home games, show your ticket stub, and you get 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box. Missed them both. So for the game now, they have missed 5 free throws, 19 of 24. Suns are 20 of 24 from the stripe. 100-88, 4:19 to go. Nash, beautiful feed into Grant Hill.
Well, they destroyed them with that middle pick and roll. every time here in the fourth quarter. Their rotation along the baseline, they're just hugging on their man. They're so worried about the three, giving up the deuce.
And that is the 38th double-double of the year for Nash, leading all NBA guards, as that assist was his 10th to go with 15 points. A basket inside, and the foul will go on Carter. Lee will come in for Lou Amundsen.
Still allowing them to hang around. I mean, you think about it, with Steph Curry on the floor, and now Wright, I mean, it's only 3 threes from being really back in this basketball game. And so the Suns have to be careful. There's a lot of time left in this game with 4 minutes.
Thornton, who has come in and impacted this game, has scored 9 points in 17 minutes. 102-91. Your point's well taken, Eddie. I mean, Suns have had these fourth quarter leads melt before. They've had a history of it. Dudley three won't go. Tipped by Hill and can't quite get it done. Curry ahead now to Wright. Wright wants to shoot it. I mean, he thinks everything's going in now. Look at this. Not that time. Rebound is cleared, though, by the Warriors. Wright inside the lead. And it's now a 102-93 game and still a lot of time left to go.
Give any NBA team 2 times to shoot on one possession, or they're going to score on you.
Suns have led by as many as 20 in this ball game. 3:15 to go. Here is Carter. Good ball movement. Nash, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Follow a tough shot. Rebound Carter. Carter's going to be fouled as he was battling inside with Curry. So Vince Carter, who was 3 of 14 shooting, came up with a big rebound there. He'll go to the free throw line, and here comes Monte Ellis, the other part of that backcourt duo that you fear. Sign up for My Suns Mobile, powered by Verizon, to receive special Suns offers and promotions. Visit Suns.com for more information. Standard message rate supply. Carter tonight with his first free throw. Golden State, Eddie, has come back in this game with some energy. 14 offensive rebounds, leading to 15 second chance points.
Yeah, and that's the way to get yourself back in it. And that's what they've done. For the Suns now, it's all about just really just stiffening up defensively, not allowing Wright to get great looks. He and Curry right now, the 2 worries that I would have if I'm Alvin Gentry.
There's Curry, the half of that you're talking about. Lee with the rebound, brings it out. They get another crack at it. Inside it goes. Wright wanted to shoot it, but Grant Hill got on him. And we're going to have a collision outside. It'll be a foul on Grant Hill. Hill with his 3rd foul. Both teams are over the team foul limit. We have 2:40 left to go. Golden State has not given it up yet. They're hanging in there. The Suns need somehow to end this losing streak.
Confidence high, and he was finishing strong around the rim and then getting to the free throw line. And that's what Keith Smart was trying to find in the first half. Couldn't get it done, but right now, Wright, he is on a mission.
He really is. He misses a free throw after hitting 3 in a row just on a 3-point shot earlier. 26 points in this second half for Wright, but Monte Ellis, he is going to have nightmares about Grant Hill.
Yeah, he is.
Grant Hill has just shut him down. And you just can't shut him down very well.
No.
It's amazing defensive effort. 3 of 10 tonight, 4 of 13 in the previous game. Nash goes inside, and ball deflected out. It'll be the Suns with 13 to shoot. Gortat will come in for Fry. Fry leading with 17 points, 9 rebounds. 31 minutes. He is back.
Yeah. No ill effects at all.
No, I know he didn't look timid at all, did he? Didn't
No.
look like he was letting that shoulder bother him. He came back a couple of days early, a couple of games early, really. They didn't expect him maybe back this soon. But I tell you, this training staff does such a great job. As that's going to be a foul on Ellis. Jared Dudley checking his headband to be sure it's still there. As we mentioned, both teams over the team foul limit with 2:21 left to go.
When you knock down free throws, you seal the victory, and the Suns have done a good job of it.
22 of 26 tonight from the line. Fox Sports Arizona brings you the games that matter most. Proud to be the local television home of the Phoenix Suns. And for even more information about the Suns, log on to foxsportsarizona.com. Dudley from the line, 2 of 3.
As soon as we say it, you know.
I know. Well, Eddie, you notice I didn't jump on it, but I am now. You jinxed the whole thing.
Yeah. I've been known to play defense a time or two.
10-point game again. Curry goes in. Ellis from the corner. Boy, that could have been a big 3.
Yeah, leave him open. Man, how often do you say that?
Ellis is 3 of 11 shooting. I tell you, Grant Hill is in his head right now. 104-94. Less than 2 to go now. Suns win this, they would go to 34-33, 19-15 at home, and head to LA for the Clippers, who record-wise aren't very impressive, but they're playing better basketball. There's a rebound inside by Thornton, digging it out, and Grant Hill eventually comes up with it.
How did he think he was going to get that through 3 white jerseys? They have 2 timeouts left. You got to call a timeout on that one.
Suns have not lost 5 straight since March 2009, and it looks like they're going to end this tonight. Here goes Hill inside. Curry back the other way. 1:11 left to go. Outside 3. Wright. Wow. 30 points for Wright. All of them in the second half. His career high was 32 earlier this year.
He can shoot that hill.
And you like that line drive look that he had.
Well, I do, because it helps his quick release. He feels confident with it. He gets it over the rim enough.
Nice outside with his double-double, his 38th of the year, leading all the guards. Dudley out to Nash. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Nash is going to be tripped as he goes down and lofts the ball into the air. Well, Nash is a different-looking guy. His body language is entirely different than what you saw in New Orleans after missing 2 games of that pelvic problems. And Nash with the 15 points, 10 assists, and for the free throw line, 2 of 2.
Well, he knows how to recover from injury better than most players. You know, he knows his body very well. He's always stretching, doing timeouts. He's always cognizant of keeping himself warm, wrapped in towels, you know, when he's not in the game. And all of those is just to try to calm down an injury. And so you know that he's not going to be out for long.
Grant Hill knows the injury. He had it himself, had to have surgery to repair it. And so he can commiserate with the pain he's going through. Nash with both free throws makes it 106-97. So the Suns are 43.8 seconds away from sweeping at Golden State. And in the bleeding, if you will, and get ready now for the trip to the Clippers, the Lakers, and back home against the Toronto Raptors. Well, after the game is over, we'll have the post game from the Paseo. Here's Brad Steinke and Tom Chambers.
Well, thanks, guys. Tom, really hard to overstate the importance of Channing Frye's return, obviously offensively, but he spreads that court so well for this team.
Boy, he opened it up for everybody. That guy said something about Eddie Johnson down there. He said he played defense. I ain't buying that. But I did see you go for 40 and a half. He's only got 30 on you right now, Eddie.
I tell you,
I thought he was going to go at me for saying he had, you know, he used to wear the rollers so to curl his hair up back, you know.
I didn't know that was called a feathered mullet. I'd never heard that before. Anyway, Tom, we love you. The Suns, if they sweep here tonight, will be the first time they've swept Golden State since 2001 and 2. And with 43.8 seconds left to go, Jarrell Wright, who's been on fire in the second half with 30 points, will inbound.
He made the difference. I mean, he made the game interesting.
There's Curry, that long 3 ball, and Gortat tipped it over to Grant Hill. So Curry trying to launch from outside. He was 2 of 5 behind the 3-point line. And Nash trying to take some time off the clock. Boy, it's good to see Steve doing some of the things he was not able to do. And that bodes well for the Suns. Inside to Carter. And that'll help Carter get into double figures on a night that has been very difficult at best for him.
Yeah, but you know, he made 4 out of his last 6 shots in the second half. So I thought he made amends, no doubt about it. Got himself back in rhythm.
50 points in the paint for the Suns, and that's going to do it. Thanks to Tom Delnos, our statistician, Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. Eddie, the losing streak is over.
And let's continue to get victories so we can hit that playoff spot.
And so the Suns will pick up the victory, and there's the series note. First sweep since 2001 and 2 over Golden State. Thanks, partner. For Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. The next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona Wednesday.